Hey guys, can anyone hear me? Please, please say something in the chat if you can hear me. Still working through the kinks here, and on my screen it looks like I have no video being streamed here. Okay, so you can hear me. Can you see anything, or is it a black screen? It's a black screen, isn't it? Okay, let me exit the desktop here and restart the game here and see if I can figure out what's wrong. I certainly hope I don't run into this problem this soon. Alright, I'm restarting the game, and I'm still getting a black screen, it looks like, in OBS. This is a little unexpected. Okay. Game capture. Mode. All right, apologies, guys. I need to figure this out. I can understand if anybody wants to click away, but I'm hopeful that at least somebody will stay and help me troubleshoot this. At least I thought the microphone was going to be where my trouble was, and instead it's the game capture. Does anybody know OBS well enough to know why I might not be capturing the game the same way during a stream that I would with recording? Because I was recording earlier and it wasn't really a problem. All black, all black, all black. Hello! Yeah, I'm having a problem here getting my game capture to process. Okay. It's fixed? Oh, excellent. Okay. Is everybody seeing that it's fixed? Because it still looks black to me when I pull up OBS here. It's fixed. Seeing the game now. Okay. All right. Excellent. All right. Well, apologies. Apologies for that. Hopefully that will be the only technical issue that I run into here. Thank you all so much for helping me out with that. And of course, welcome to those of you who joined me for this already, and for anybody who might come along and watch this later. I very much appreciate this. I'm obviously very new to the live streaming here, but it's great to have a little bit of moral support. And just to get us started, if you can, I'm kind of taking an unofficial poll. I just love to hear what people's favorite legendary lord in the game is. So if you're willing to share that, just type that in the chat. I would appreciate it. If I remember to, I'm going to ask a couple times periodically throughout the video. But anyway, that's not why any of you are here. We're going to get started here in just a minute. But before I do, I want to give a shout out, first of all, to the modder Herald, who has talked to me a little bit before this live stream went live. He has said that he is willing to come on to a future live stream, join me for some future live stream to talk about his mods, and so hopefully I will take him up on that, or I should say hopefully, I will definitely take him up on that in the near future here. So very much appreciate that, and I appreciate his support. And, you know, hopefully some of the other modders might join us at some point as well. I think that'd be pretty cool to get the modders themselves to just share, you know, a few words about their vision and their ideas behind their mods. I'm going to talk a little bit about the mods that I am planning to use here in this campaign. I'll talk about them as we get into them during the game, because I'm sure people are kind of impatient for me to actually go ahead and get started. As I did mention, I'm going to play SFO here. I'm using a couple of additional mods to go with it, which you'll see as soon as we get in there. And I'm going to go ahead and roll with the Chaos Dwarfs. So before we jump into the campaign itself, I do want to... Oh, no, not Chaos Dwarfs. What am I talking about? I'm doing Mother Ostankya. Sorry, I have Astrogoth on my mind. So I want to point out one thing right away, which is you will see here a couple of differences. One is I'm using the climate suitability map, so that's why you see all this green. Really, really useful little quality of life mod that kind of shows you the climates in your general area, help you get an idea of, you know, where it might be good to expand and all that stuff. Well, obviously in this case, we've got, you know, lots and lots of territory here to expand, so that's good. Anyway, I highly recommend this this quality of life mod. I might do a video on it someday, but it's so simple. You can already see what it does, and basically enough said. The other thing, of course, that should jump out at you if you know anything about Mother Ostankya is you'll see we're starting in a different location, and that is, of course, courtesy of Herald's Start Positions mod, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail here in just a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and play Mother Ostankya. I'm not real familiar with Kislev. I've played her once or twice, a little bit. I don't think I've ever finished a campaign with her. So if anybody wants to share advice or anything like that, I'm all ears. Please feel free to do that as well. And then with SFO, we've got slightly different difficulty settings here. I'm going to roll with hard instead of legendary for a couple of reasons. One being I'm a little less familiar with... I'm not a great Kislev player in general. I'm a little bit less familiar with Mother Ostankya. And also, it just, I think, allows me to play a little bit more immersively without really having to focus too much. Well, there's no temptation to cheese, basically, when you're not playing on legendary. All right, and so other than that, then, I think, you know, hard, obviously very hard battle difficulty. Let's go ahead and jump in. Stepped away for just a second here to grab my coffee. Kind of need to fortify myself a little bit. This is my slow time of day. Oh, I forgot to mention this because I had the problem with the video, but how is the audio? Can you hear both me and the game audio okay? Obviously, you're probably not hearing the game audio on this loading screen, but... Should be just a second here. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to skip the cinematic here. Just go straight into the campaign. Some of you, or maybe all of you, are probably already familiar with that.
Wise, respect the land, and avoid bringing my hexes to their door.
Alrighty, let me take a glance here at the chat. No problem. Thank you for using my mods. Well, thank you for making them. Kook, well, quite a few there. Hey, Mert, you decided to join us. Since Herald is here, was it intentional that Festus could not vassalize where he started? That's probably a question for Hecleus, not Herald. You're peaking a bit when you're talking louder. You'll want to check that out in OBS in the future. Let me just adjust my own mic a little bit here. Is that any better? If I talk a little bit loud for just a second, am I still peaking? Okay, well I'm gonna try at that for a minute, and then I'll take another look here back at the chat. Don't want to wait for somebody who might have stepped away. Okay, all right. So let's take a look then at our hero here. Okay, so we're starting out with a Hag Witch. Always a good idea to take a look at your starting hero's trait. We have Nature, Spirit, Affinity, Enemy Hero Action, Success Chance, Campaign Line of Sight, Casualty Replenishment, Magic. Okay, it's fine. It's nothing particularly special. Obviously, we will want to embed her into Mother Ostankya's. Do I not? Apparently, I didn't use the please remember my campaign camera settings. So let me change my camera settings. Got to do this. Very important for the immersion factor to change your camera settings here. Okay. Let me just take a quick look at chat again here. All right, so volume is good for both. GFI answered the question. Okay, yeah. Start position mods don't usually deal with... Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, don't forget to hire ogres. Okay, thank you. That is good advice. Do I have that option available right away? I do. Okay, so this... Before I do that, this is a good moment then. That piece of advice came to us courtesy of Herald himself, the aforementioned mod author. So, as you can see, we're in a new location. We're over here in sort of the... well, yeah, no, we're well within Kislev here. So different starting enemies. The Herald start position mod, the thing that I think I like about it the most, I know from talking to him, he has taken into consideration things like trying to kind of clear out some of the places that are a little bit too overloaded with legendary lords. Also, in some cases, the lore comes into play. I don't want to speak for him. We'll hear more of that later on when he joins us. But the thing that I really like about it is he updates these starting mission objectives. So as you can see right here, we've got this Kurgan Warhost as our engage the enemy. And so many other mods, you when you change your starting position, like the change starting, like the mod where you like randomize your starting location, or you can just move to a different location to start with, it doesn't change that starting mission objective. So you end up having to basically abort your first few missions that that you automatically get at the start of every new campaign. So just the fact that he had the foresight to consider that, so we have, instead of having to abort these missions, we can actually take advantage of them still. So little things like that, you know, those are just really nice things about modders who pay attention to those kinds of details. Okay, now the other thing is he dropped us in a location here where we have some ogre mercenaries that we can hire. So let's obviously go ahead and do that. I don't think we're going to need them here for this first fight, but anyway, we will there's no harm in having them. We can certainly afford them for the time being, and we might as well go ahead and now get into this fight. So we've got a couple of pretty decent units here in our starting army. Just want to re-familiarize myself with these. So these giant spiders are the second tier of the two types of spider units that we'll be using. These guys are armor piercing, so we're probably going to want to try to get them against maybe these Chaos Warriors who have very high armor. We also have an incarnate elemental of beasts who is anti-large. We'll try to get him maybe on those Chaos Chariots. And then we've got the thing in the woods, which is an anti-infantry, so pretty much doesn't matter. Maybe we'll try to get the spiders and the things in the woods together on those Chaos Warriors, and then let our other more or less like low-tier melee infantry deal with everything else. Those Chaos Warriors are going to be the toughest thing that we're going to fight in this battle, pretty sure. And then other than maybe the Lord himself, and it looks like a pretty wide open battle. So let's go ahead and hop in. All right. So, start deployment. Looks like the Chaos Warriors are over here on the left flank. So let's just go ahead and line up our regular old melee infantry across the front here. I don't think we need to do anything particularly special here. Put the archers here, the bowyers behind them. Maybe put the ambushers over here in the trees. We'll try to flank with them. It depends on if they move towards us, which they probably won't now that I think about it. Let's put the spiders over here to deal with those Chaos Warriors, and let's wait and see where the chariots... Where are those chariots? Right there. We'll wait and see where the chariots go. The thing in the woods, like I said, I think maybe we'll try to get them on the Chaos Warriors as well. And here, let's do this. Let's kind of put a little bit of a gap here in our front lines. Put Mother Ostankya in there. Okay, and start the battle. Let's move this whole group forward here. I am going to walk them forward. It's going to take just a minute. Bear with me, but I want to try to fight this first battle as cleanly as possible. Obviously, they are not coming towards us. Gives me an opportunity, since they're not coming towards us, to check the chat again. Okay. Porkenstein started this trend. I took over. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Glad you guys permission. Hello, hello. Again, thanks everybody for joining. I really appreciate it. It would be incredibly lonely for me to be here with no one joining me. With no one to talk to. Alright, looks like they haven't really made any adjustments. We'll just keep moving forward here. Feel free, of course, to say anything that you might want, any questions, any random ideas, whatever, in the chat. I will do my best to try to stay on top of it, but of course, somebody else might always have some thoughts as well. All right, let's go ahead and move just close enough to get them in range. We'll go ahead and... Looks like they are really not interested in coming towards us at all, so let's get Mother Ostankya here in range. She can use her ranged attack. They're kind of moving over here. Okay. All right. Yeah, because we're shooting them. No wonder. Okay. That's fine. Again, we want to get... At this point, I might try to get one of these one of these Kislevites warriors over here. They are anti-large, right? Yeah, okay. We'll try to get them in on the chariots as well. Okay, Mother Stankia is shooting them, and they're not really doing anything. That's unusual. Wonder why they're being so passive here. Well, let's get our bowyers shooting now back there. Put them in defense mode. Go ahead and bring in the ambushers as well. Okay, there we go. Now they're moving out. Okay, we'll try to get these warriors on those Marauder horsemen, but they're probably going to pull back. And then those chaos. Okay, try to get away from those chaos warriors. Let's hit the chaos warriors with these units. Try to get the ambushers in behind, shooting at them. Okay, I want you right here to pull back and let the others do the fighting. Okay, right over here, these ogres. Okay, I kind of let the... This is actually pretty good, though. I let the chariots charge into us, but thankfully the Kislevites warriors got over there in time. Alright, we probably have some magic we could be using here. Go ahead and blast those Marauder horsemen, and let's go ahead and maybe do a debuff. Where's the enemy lord? Over here. And let's go ahead and throw... Okay, those ogres over there broke, so that's fine. We're going to turn these guys around and get them helping out over here. Long term, I don't really care that much about the ogres. They're good to have a little bit of supplemental damage dealing here in this first battle, but probably not units that I want to keep long term. And it looks like we've got almost everything well in hand here. Hey, Bearbrain, how you doing? Force walking my armies is something I blissfully overlooked when I first started playing. Sometimes it can really save my... Yeah, I think people tend to underestimate... Oh, we got ourselves a situation back here with the chariots. Caught me reading chat there. So anyway, I think people underestimate the impact that fatigue can have, but then when you play some of the mods can really have increased impact for fatigue as well. I think at this point, it's just going to come down to this enemy lord here. These ogres look like they've recovered. Yeah, the chariots just broke. Let's get all of our ranged shooting at that enemy lord. And then we'll also get the incarnate elemental of beasts on him as well. These ogres, let's pull them back. Right now they're actually... We got the Marauder horsemen coming back here. These ogres are probably just going to get in the way of us doing damage to that enemy lord. Probably, I don't think there's a good use right now for the witch brew, but we'll go ahead and debuff anyway. And this will be a good test for me because I'm not there we go. It's already broken. Not exactly sure how strong this incarnate elemental of beasts is. Let's take a look at him here. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is one situation where I don't think the enemy lord is going to get away. Yeah, we almost have them dead already. There we go. Okay, that's all I was waiting for. Let's go ahead and end the battle. Welcome, everyone who has joined us a little bit late. As always, I very much appreciate you guys joining me. And I did ask a question at the very beginning. If anybody feels like sharing this information, please let me know what your favorite legendary lord is. I'm just kind of curious to see what the results of an unofficial poll would be. Alright. Got ourselves a little bit of Spirit Essence, the Sword of Anti-Heroes. This is base weapon damage, AP damage, melee damage, reflection. That's actually pretty decent. magical attacks, and melee attack. Okay, we don't have a good melee hero yet, so we'll give it to Mother Ostankya for now. And I think we'll take, well, I was going to say I think we'll take the Spirit Essence, but it's kind of hard to say no to 1,000 treasury. And for one turn, we get 10% additional. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is it's casualty replenishment for the enemy. That makes sense. I just wish that showed up in red. And they're immune to attrition and enables... Well, whatever. I'm still going to take the 1,000 gold.
There are places where the Coven's magic
Okay, we got our purification chant here.
befouled by the blight of corruption. The daughters answer with a purifying chant to purge the rot, at least for a time.
Okay. So that's sort of our introduction then to using these chants, so, or to using these hexes. Okay. So let's go ahead and assign that weapon before I forget to. And then we'll create our first hex. Alright. Mother Ostankya. Oh, you've already got it? Never mind, okay. And nobody got any skills, so never mind. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look then.
If you want something done, send a woman to do it.
I gotta remember now, where's our purification chant? Corruption must be cleansed wherever its infection spreads. I told you I'm not real familiar. I have to remember where the there's the witch's hut. This is where I create that hex, right? I'm so confused. Okay, anyway. And we do not have another mission to take this minor settlement, but we're going to do it anyway. Garrison of size 10. There's not going to be any more mercenaries to hire, of course. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. This one's a Pyrrhic victory. Okay, this time we have 2 Chaos Warriors. Might be a little bit more challenging. Might be significantly more challenging, but there's no chariots. So I think we can handle it. Before I jump in, let me just check my... Oh, select Plesk, then use the chant, but I haven't... Oh, okay, thank you, Herald, I appreciate that. Okay. Alright, so... Got a little bit of a conversation that I'm not going to read the whole thing. Ooh, can I tell you what, I'll do it after I fight this battle. I don't want to retreat now and run the risk that I don't have enough movement to go ahead and attack. So let's go ahead and fight the battle first. Alright, looks like another wide open map here. By the way, I am also using the, what is it, GCCM, which adds some of the custom maps to the game. Hey, we're up to 14 people. Oh, just dropped back down to 13. Wonder if I could break my record. I think my all-time record is 21 concurrent viewers. Pretty terrible, I know, but I'll take it. All right, so start deployment. Let's go ahead. We're kind of already in the right formation, I think. We just need to pay more attention now to where the second Chaos Warriors unit is. It's this one over here, maybe? No. Okay. No, these are Marauders. Marauders. Is it him? Must be him. Okay, are there stats? Yeah, that, okay. So the leader of the enemy army is the other Chaos Warriors. Fair enough. Alright, so what we're going to do... I think what I'm going to do this time... I'm going to do it something a little bit different. You know what? Can these guys stalk? Yes, they are hidden even in open terrain. That's good. In fact, I could even put them here, but I dare not do that. They're going to be spotted. when the other enemy army moves forward. What I might try to do
Backbone of Kislev.
is bring Mother Ostankya up to draw them towards us. I'm gonna do, you know, I'm gonna do some of our Kislev warriors on each flank, and because there's not really much cavalry to deal with, but then let's get the archers here. We've got the ambushers back there. We obviously want to get our strong units on the Chaos Warriors, and that includes our spiders, but our spiders are a little bit dinged up, so I might want to not use them right away. I think we're going to rely very heavily on the incarnate elemental of beasts as well as Mother Ostankya herself for this. So let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm going to move her forward. I'm going to bring everybody else here up to the top of this hill. But no farther, and then hopefully we can draw them to us. And I just want her to be just close enough to start firing here. And like I said, I'm hoping... Okay, everybody run now. Yep, this is going to draw them towards us, I'm pretty sure. And for that matter, she can use her magic. Let's try to get that whole unit there. Okay, it's alright. Not great, but not bad. Okay, and we want the two of you. I think they have shields right there, but the other units are not moving forward for some reason. Not sure why that would be, but you may as well shoot at them since they're not coming forward. And we'll get these ambushers over here. Can anybody explain why on earth those other units aren't coming forward back there? That don't make no sense. Alright, let's go ahead and get the spiders up here now as well and start doing some buffs and debuffs. Okay, now they're coming. Wonder what they were waiting for there. Alright, so I want to pull these Kislev warriors back out. Try to get them on... Hello? Get them on these spiders right here. And over here... Did I say on those spiders? I meant on those Chaos Warhounds. You guys go ahead and engage with those Marauders for the time being. That's fine. Let's go ahead and get shooting now at these Marauders for the moment. Get forward. Okay, time for another damaging spell here. This looks fine. Okay. Oh my goodness, I didn't even bring my hag up. That's definitely on me. Okay, let's shoot these Marauder Horsemen. And let's bring the guy I said I was going to rely on very heavily. Time to get him into the fight. Long past time that I get him in the fight. Mother Ostankya, you're doing an Admiral... Did I just do damage to myself? I'd better double check that. No, it's only enemies. Okay, that's fine. Alright, it's all good. Let's go ahead and buff these ogres right there. Time to get... Okay, I think we have pretty much everything except the enemy lord taken care of here. Fire at those marauders back there. You can come back up here. Oh, I said the enemy lord, but obviously he's not a lord. He's a Chaos Warriors unit. Just shoot them in the back. Everybody over here, focus down those marauders. Let's do a little bit of zooming in here. Check out some of the action. Looks like they're starting to run away over here. It is a beautiful game. Never gets tiring for me to zoom in and get close to the action. Okay, let's go ahead and end the battle there. What I need to do is I need to get my laptop up here so that I can start keeping an eye on the chat from a second screen instead of having to do it from my main computer here. I do not have a terribly sophisticated setup. Okay, we got a wailing banner. That's good. Not sure if Mother Ostankya already causes fear. I think we'll end up giving it to the maybe to the Hagwitch or maybe to the spiders. That might be a better place to put it. Okay, so... Oh, I just realized... You know what? I'm going to sack it. Okay, because I need a new trinket. I need to get that mission objective. Did these things out of order. Okay, right there. Witch's Hut. Okay, so... Yeah, this is what I was expecting here. This is how I get... Oh, this is Bear's Bulwark. This is the incantation. This is not... This is not the Hex. Alright, let me double check what you told me. Okay. I'm going to have to scroll back here a little bit. Oh, siege it. Okay, yeah, I guess I could have done that. In fact, I should have done that. You're right. Okay, so... Use the Purification Hex first, then you will get the mission to occupy Novchozi. Okay, so use the Purification Hex first. The only problem is I need to find where... Here's the Purification Chant. Where do I use... Is it on my army?
Mother Ostankya.
No, those are the invocations. And I can't do it directly on the I just don't see, sorry guys, I don't see the button that lets me do the hex. Let me see if anybody, the settlement, huh? Select Plesk. Go to Chants at the top bar. That's this up here. That was the purification. This says settlement belonging to... Oh! Gotcha. Okay. Alright, not my finest moment, but it happens. Okay, there we go. And just like Herald promised, there we go. Now we're getting the updated mission objective. Okay. We will we'll take it next turn. And in the meantime, we'll take Route Marcher, and we'll take Wiston's Wild Form here, probably, I guess. Why not? I really don't know the beast's magic very well. And the Wailing Banner is already on Mother Ostankya.
I see.
Alright. So, let's now... We have the money for it. We could do some building upgrades. We could potentially... Oh, we have a Frostmaiden, but we have to go through the Ice Court first. We could potentially recruit another Lord. What do you guys think? Should I recruit another Lord now or wait? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, you know what? The ads, that might be my fault. I might have not set it up correctly. Hey, PWD, welcome. Hope you're still here. Thank you, my dude, for joining us. Don't battle. Yeah, I'm sorry, Herald. Too late. Too late. Okay, so what did you guys decide here? Not necessary. Yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't at the moment. All right. Yeah. Okay. I sometimes will recruit a second lord right away just to get them as backup and start soaking up some experience, but it's fine. I have no issue with holding off on that for now. And we're definitely going to want giant spiders. So this is one time where I am going to prioritize a military building very highly. We also have a tier 3 landmark here. Let's assume that we're going to need both growth and income here. I think I'm probably going to go... I'm going to go growth, I think. Or actually, we could split with the farms. Get a little bit more growth if we go with the Roadhouse Taverns, but we get a little bit of growth plus some income with the farms. So I'm going to take the farms, and you guys can all let me know how stupid of a decision that was. And then let's go to... I want to do something... I want to... Here we go. We could get growth and casualty replenishment rate. That's okay. So another mod that we're using is Serb's War of Attrition. We're using obviously the SFO version of it, but I'm going to definitely focus on casualty replenishment rate a bit because of using that War of Attrition. In fact, this is probably cut in half from what it would be in vanilla. That's just a guess. And this will give us a little bit of growth as well. But what I want to do is I want to find stuff like this. Causes terror for spider units and blood roar for spider units. So I definitely want to get our spider units to be a little bit stronger. That might be the only thing in the tech tree that affects the spiders. Looks like it is. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go through convalescence first, then maybe we'll start working our way up here towards Spider's Kiss.
Such strange newness.
And then let's go ahead and check our diplomacy out here. Consume 100 spirit essence. We'll get there for sure. All right. Go through our quick deals. Okay, so I don't see any reason not to play nice with some of the other Kislev factions here. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the Tsarina. Actually, before I do this, is there a lore reason why Mother Ostankya would not make diplomatic agreements with Tsarina Katerine? Okay, Herald, you're telling me that I should have built the roadhouse. Well, I'm going to occupy it, but I need to... Oh, do I have enough movement? I might have enough movement to get back into it. You know, I just assumed that I didn't. PWD, that's... I want to say that might be naughty of you keeping me up on a second monitor while you're working. Hopefully it's not a problem. Oh, Druzina and Enclave is at war with Katerine. Well, nevertheless, I feel like Katerine is more likely to survive a lot longer. So I didn't hear enough people telling me I shouldn't do this. So we're going to go ahead and do this trade agreement at the very least. And Druzina's happy, or no, I'm sorry, non-aggression pact. Druzina is. They'd be happy to do it anyway. But if they're at war with Tsarina Katerine, then I'm not going to do it because that's a little bit cheesy to try to play nice with both sides on a war. Maybe not, but... And then we've got the Ropsman clan here. They're at war with Chaos, so that's certainly open season to make deals with them. And we'll go ahead and include a trade agreement with them. And I will double check here. Do I have the movement? I do. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Occupy. There we go. Thank you for reminding me for that. Don't know why I assumed I wouldn't. Capture and occupy Novchozi here, and we've got a potion of full hardiness and spirit essence out of it. I think I'm not going to use that potion of full hardiness until I get a melee hero. Mission issued to get the entire Eastern Oblast. Okay, that's fine. Might take us a little while. I don't know. We'll see. create an incantation in the witch's hut. Looks like I've already done that, so we'll have to hold off on doing that until we get, well, until we get another opportunity to. Okay, so more units here. Let's go ahead and recruit. I'm going to go ahead and recruit these basic spiders. I'm going to want to move next turn, so I'm not going to do any global recruitment because that would take longer. And also, I'm glad you guys talked me out of recruiting the Lord because he would have been too expensive. I would not have been able to recruit those spiders if I had done that. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and do... I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and do the tavern here, the Roadhouse Tavern. And I cannot afford to repair that. That's fine. Okay, and then for my... Purification chant turns until available. Protective charms, minus 20% casualties suffered from all attrition. I probably... it's fine. Okay, never mind. Alright, before I end my turn, let me just glance at the chat here. Next turn you can do it again, yeah. Okay. Barely know any Kislev lore. Definitely trade with Ropsman clan. You can confederate them. I doubt if they'll be alive long enough, but we'll try it. I mean, you would know this new starting situation better than I would, so we'll see. Mother Ostankya and Katarine would have complicated relations, but they're both considered heretics by the Great Orthodoxy, so yes. Makes sense to me. Okay, let's go ahead now and end our turn. I'm up to 16. I'm still 5 off my record. Thank you again, as everybody, for joining me. Really appreciate it. And again, if anybody is new and didn't hear me the last time, please feel free to share what your favorite legendary lord is. There's no shame. If you love Tretch, it's okay. You go right ahead and love Tretch. Stepping away for just a second. All right, I am back. 307. I don't have IEE activated, I don't think. That seems like an awful lot of factions. Maybe I do. Okay, the SFO mod menu. So I normally just do time of balance here. One of these days maybe I'll mess around with some of these other things, but we're going to do time of balance. Okay, faction encountered. We got the Azhag. That's probably not good for us, but... Got our farmstead and our roadhouse both built. That is good for us. Okay. Let's, we need to do something about our winds of magic here. And we can reach Volksgrad. However, well, actually that garrison does not look all that formidable. Yeah, okay. I don't really see any reason. We can't hire any more mercenaries, can we? No. I don't really see any reason why this army shouldn't be able to take on all that. So let's plan on doing that. Before I do, though, let me just get a glance here. We may as well repair. We're probably suffering the public order for devastation. We are, although it's only a -1. It's not too bad. And am I going to want to level up the farmstead? A little bit of money, a little bit of additional growth. It is going to be a 20-turn payoff in terms of the extra money, but we'll do it. We can afford it, and the extra growth will be nice. Okay, and you say I can do another purification hex. So let's go ahead and create that. That's 10 more. We need to get to 100 anyway. We have a mission for that. So we've got a second purification hex done now. And there we go. Mission successful. 5 more spirit essence. And I'm trying to remember, where are my hexes? It keeps track of them somewhere, doesn't it? Where I can... Gosh, I don't remember. I told you guys I was not real great with Kislev. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and fight another battle here before I worry about it. Oh, there they are. I knew they were somewhere. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and... I forgot, they're just like banners, basically. Okay, so leadership enables flaming attacks and bears bulwark. Please let me hover over bear's bulwark. Okay, never mind, don't. Alright, I'm going to assume that bear's bulwark is some type of a melee defense type of a thing, maybe? Let's give this to... We hopefully don't... Well, this says pure... Oh, yeah, he's got a hell cannon. I didn't realize he had a hell cannon. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and use these then, because this is going to be a slightly tougher fight than I was expecting. Let's give this to... I don't think the Incarnate needs it. The Spiders probably would benefit from it, but they're a little bit more expendable anyway. I'm going to give one to the thing in the woods here. And then one to our regular old Kislevite warriors. Take a look here at the map. Okay, nothing too special about that. Let me just take a look at the chat here before I jump into the battle. Save Bear's Bulwark for Khorne's demons to the north. Alright, well, too late for that. I mean, I'll make more. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a slightly tougher fight than the previous one, though, because basically this is the same, but then we've got the Lord and the Hell Cannon on top of it. I understand that I should win this fight, but I also want to minimize my casualties to try to keep moving forward. Okay, you don't think I can reach Volksgrad? Isn't that what I'm attacking right now? SFO has increased the cost of chance from 5 to 10. That's good to know. Oh, I can still remove them? Oh, good point. Well... Okay, I'll remove one of them. I'll remove them both. That way, if I lose this battle, I can blame you. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. I'm joking, of course, about the blaming you. Alright, so our spiders have Vanguard deployment. They also apparently have Stalk. Oh, Forest Stalker, okay. So let's go ahead and get them set up over here. Again, I think what I'll do is I'll move partway forward and then try to draw them towards us. The only ranged that they... Oh, no, they have the Hell Cannon. Never mind. Bad idea, Michael. Very bad idea. Let's get the ambushers over here now as well. I'm going to use control groups for this fight. All right, so we're going to get the... Actually, I don't want to group... Never mind, get rid of this group. I don't want the spiders and the ambusher on the same group. There we go, I'll do that. Okay, let's go ahead and get our melee infantry up front. And I'm still going to... I don't know. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to wait and see how they react. Start deployment. I guess I could click on that. It's going to partly depend on who the hell cannon is shooting at. But those hell cannons do a lot of damage, so I do know I want to get forward as quickly as possible. Mother Ostankya, you're pretty fast. So is the hag. Alright, I think I'll go ahead and race these guys forward as soon as the battle begins. And maybe try to get the spiders over here without being detected.
We told you what was coming.
And I'm very concerned to see where those hell cannons fire.
Must be destroyed.
Hell cannon singular, excuse me. Okay, he's firing at our incarnate. Okay. Well, that's kind of both good and bad. Oh, nope, he's firing at Ostankya now. Okay, that's kind of bad. Definitely don't want to... Definitely don't want to lose her. Alright, let's keep getting forward here as fast as possible. Now at the... Ouch, man, that hell cannon does a ton of damage here. This is kind of what I did not want to happen. Every time they shoot. Okay, let's get the spiders back there. Okay, right here, guys, go ahead and take... We should be able to take those Chaos Warhounds pretty quickly. Hit these Chaos Warriors. I do still want to get the spiders on Chaos Warriors as soon as we have that luxury. Okay. Back here, I definitely need you guys forward. Okay, spiders on that hell cannon. Please. And one of you can come back here and hit the backs of these Chaos Warriors. And let's get the ambushers here in defense mode. You two in defense mode. My bowyers in defense mode as well. Okay, let's get forward. Okay, these spiders are going to get torn to shreds, but it's okay as long as they lock down that hell cannon. But I am going to bring the ambushers over there to help out. Okay, let's Mother Ostankya. Let's get some magic going over here. And where's my incarnate? Okay, my incarnate has taken some damage, but he's okay. He's alright. We've gotten rid of the Chaos Warhounds, so that's good. Alright, let's shoot these. Not sure if that's... I think those are Chaos Warriors as well. Yeah, let's shoot them with both of these guys. They're facing the other way, so the shields should be of limited benefit to them. Meanwhile, how we doing? Okay, we broke those hell cannons. That's good. You can continue to shoot those marauders back there, the ambushers, that is. Our ogres definitely contributed to these fights, but man, they have taken a beating. Alright, let's go ahead and hit. Okay, keep going, guys. Keep going. Did I lose one of my spiders? Oh, no, that's right. I forgot I charged them into the backs of those Chaos Warriors. Okay, we broke the enemy lord. That's good. I think I want the incarnate to stay on him, but we'll get these Kislevites warriors on the Chaos Warriors there. Okay, he's shattered. Okay, spiders can get back into the fighting here. Ambushers definitely should not stay there. We're chasing. Okay, we're running just about everybody off. Mother Ostankya, let's get some more Winds of Magic going here for what it's worth. And you can go ahead and buff right here. Go ahead and use your Sword of Anti-Heroes. Okay. I'm going to assume that we killed the enemy lord. I didn't notice. But hopefully that... Who is... Oh, here we go. Back there. We got these guys back here coming back into the fight. There we go. Now they broke. There we go. There's victory. in battle. It's a pretty decent little fight. Certainly a bit more challenging than the first two. I'm going to take a look at my unofficial poll. And I have a feeling that we're going to have somebody win by default, because I think I've only seen one response. People are very closed-lipped about their favorite legendary lords, apparently. Okay. Wailing Banner. Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Currently, you know, let's give it to these spider hatchlings. Why not? Be pretty funny for tiny little spiders, and actually quite appropriate for tiny little spiders to cause fear and terror. Potion of Farsight. Well, this is obviously going to go to Mother Ostankya. And we're going to occupy. Oh, she's already got it. Okay, that's good. Rank gained. Very good. Encountered the Bloodkeepers and Bearsunling. That's how I say it. I'm not sure if that's right or not. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her... Okay, do you guys have a preference in terms of which skill line I focus on? Should I divide up? Should I go blue line, which is what I usually do? I'll come back to her in just a minute. For now, I think I'm going to go ahead and do... I'd like to get an offensive spell. I think I'll take Flock of Doom here with Talika. And... Okay, nothing else to assign here. Alright, let me take a look at the chat. They agree with you. Yeah, you're going to take credit for that victory, huh? Let's see here. Hell Cannon depends on its crew. I'd rush it with Ostankya. Well, they were... My rushing... My units felt a little bit slow in that battle. They had lots of time to shoot, and I don't think there was really much I could do about that. But I'm certainly open to the possibility that I could have played that better. A minor faction campaign. Crack a Drac with Kataf's mod. I tell you what, I like the idea. I'd be happy to try it sometime. Oh, Herald says completely integrated into... This is Herald, I presume you mean your start positions mod? Can play it using... Oh, there we go, okay. Very nice. Well, that might be worth trying. Let me know if anybody else would like to see that as well. Okay, nobody had any opinions, it looks like, as far as what skill line to do with Mother Ostankya. So I just consider Lightning Strike to be the best skill in the game. Some people think it's overpowered. I think it's Serb, maybe. Feels like this is so overpowered that it, you know, it should be nerfed, or that it, you know, it's cheese to take it or whatever. But I don't think so. I think lightning striking is a perfectly valid strategy, historically speaking. Anyway, I love it. It's very useful when you're playing on the high difficulty settings and you're facing multiple armies. So let's go ahead and maybe take... I'm not really overwhelmed by any of these. It almost feels wrong to me to take a corruption reduction with Mother Ostankya. That's probably the one that I would normally default to here. But that doesn't really seem like her thing to eliminate corruption. So I'm going to go with Iron Disciplinarian. Devotion is always super important for Kislev anyway. I may not know much about Kislev, but that's one thing that I know, is that you're very dependent on devotion. Okay. Here... we have a resource, timber, income from farms, recruitment cost, and a tier 3 landmark. I'm going to go more farms, I think, for now. before I end my turn, I'll look to see if anybody vehemently disagrees with that. Meanwhile, our other settlements are looking fine. We have a tiny little bit of money to do some more recruiting here. We're going to do... We can only afford 2, so I'm going to recruit 2 more spider units. These ogres are kind of draining my wallet. Oh well, it is what it is. And I just want to refresh my memory here on what our faction benefits are. Wins and magic power reserve capacity for each resource producing building. Okay, well that'll add up in time. Melee attack plus 10 when fighting against armies that spread corruption. Okay, that's actually extremely useful. But only in our owned territory. Melee defense plus 10 for spiders. That's why I remembered that I definitely wanted to focus on spiders with her. And, of course, our unique units. Alright. Am I missing anything? I stopped playing just before Shadows of Change, but your content has convinced me to give the game another go. Thank you so much. Honestly speaking, I love comments like that. That actually really means a lot to me. I dislike Lightning Strike. Oh, no. PWD, you too? Oh, no. Alright, well, you know if you make a mod that removes Lightning Strike, you know I'm going to have to use it, because I use all your mods. So, alright, well. That's okay. I'll figure out a different way to win, hopefully. Okay, so let's go ahead. Just let me know. Do you have a problem with people who have a problem with Lightning Strike? Is it because it's functionally so powerful, or do you think it's unrealistic, or some other reason? Okay. Anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and check our diplomacy and then do another in turn here. They'd still happily take... Well, we know we're not going to go to war with them, but I don't really want to take a reputation hit with the Ice Court, and I don't really want to do anything that seems like an exploit or cheese by playing both sides of another war. Which is too bad, because I could really use some extra money from a trade agreement, but I'm not going to do it. However, I will do open borders now with the Tsarina. Sure hope she doesn't get wiped out really early, because I'm kind of committed to her now. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and... I guess I could probably make another one of these. No, one turn. Never mind, I guess it's only turn 2, isn't it? We'll do it next turn. Alright, let's... Actually, I do want to look at the relative faction strength here. Okay, they are defenseless at this point. They're obviously going to recruit a new lord. They'll start mustering if we give them an opportunity to do so. But with a little luck, maybe we'll be able to reach them in a single turn. I think we should. And wipe them out. And then that would finish this province off. That feels like a pretty good start to me. So let's go ahead and end our turn. By the way, Herald, I think it was you who pointed out that I was peaking a little bit high on my microphone, and then I did adjust it down a little bit. I didn't see if you responded at all, but does it sound a little bit better now? Okay, sure enough, they did recruit in a new lord there. As expected. But, as long as we can reach, and we can, okay. Is there any reason why I should fear... Okay, the Gord Madney tribe, they could declare war on us at any point, so we don't want to get too far away from Novchozy for too long, but we don't really have much choice if we want to finish off the province. So I'm still going to go ahead and do this and hope that they show some forbearance for at least one turn. And over here, this is Skaven, so you always have to worry about the Skaven. Little conniving rats. And then at some point here, we'll figure out what we're going to do. You know what? Who is Ropsman clan at war with here again? They're at war with Kurgan. Oh! Same enemy as we are.
Our foes are
yeah, let's I don't see why not. Let's go ahead and bring them into the fold here and maybe have a chance to confederate them. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Before I make this attack, then I'll take a look at the chat. Okay. Yep, me too. Both really dislike the idea that it transforms whatever army you have into a quick hit expert. Well, only... Okay, I understand what you're saying. So in other words, you feel like it should be tied to the army composition as opposed to the skill set of the Lord in command. It's great now. Okay, great. Thank you, Herald. Old Fart, live stream. Thank you. I'm going to hope that you mean the exclamation point as a good thing. All right, let's go ahead and make this attack. Should be easier than the previous battle, although it is telling me Pyrrhic victory. Well, oh my lord. They must have upgraded the settlement over the intern. I did not notice that. So they have 4 Chaos Warriors. Pyrrhic victory. Okay, I already know what I'm going to see in the chat. Yes, I outnumber them, so I should not have to worry about using my Bear's Bulwark here. Do I? Yeah, I mean, we can handle this. We can draw them to us because they don't have the Hell Cannon. They have no artillery at this point. Yeah, I'll go ahead and... I mean, is there any real reason, though, to be saving these up? Because they're not particularly expensive. Alright, looks again like a pretty wide open battle here. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the speed of the spiders as a feint. So let's start deployment here. We should be able to draw off some of their Chaos Warriors. The Chaos Warriors are very strong in melee, but they are slow. And if we can draw... They must all be in the trees here. If we can draw some of their Chaos Warriors out of formation, I think that is worth doing, and then we can kind of run circles around them quite literally. So I'm going to put all of these spiders. It doesn't help that they're in the middle, however. Still, we're going to try it. And then meantime, we're going to put Mother Ostankya and the Hag in front, flanked by ogres. I know these ogres are pretty beat up. You probably don't want me getting them in the thick of the fighting, but honestly, long term, they're not units that I'm committed to. I'm not going to try to get them killed, but I'm also not going to try to get them killed, if you understand what I mean. And basically better them than literally any other units in this army, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so start the battle. We're going to move Mother Ostankya forward, and the spiders we're going to try to run all the way up here because I think they can do so pretty safely and turn around at the first sight of the enemy. And then we'll go ahead and get everybody back here walking forward.
Won't they? I do this.
Alright. They pulled back with those Marauder Horsemen. That's their only ranged unit. Okay, I'm still not seeing the Chaos Warriors, but we know they've got to be in there, right? There. Oh, no, our hidden units are revealed, but not there. There we go. Okay. Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors. Sure enough, that's what we wanted. Can pull back, guys. Mother Ostankya, get forward here. Okay, nope, nope, don't. I need them to come out of the trees, because the trees are going to protect them from her rockets. Let's face this way. It looks like these guys are going to come out of the trees first. Okay, that's good. Now we can pull back. This is the speed advantage that we have. I don't consider this to be cheese. This is just using your army's strengths. I think Sun Tzu would be okay with this. Meanwhile, they're leaving the rest of their army back there again. Tell you what, if they're going to give us a chance to fight the Chaos Warriors alone, I'll take that. Let's get the ambushers up there. Let's get the spider. Okay, yeah, this is good. Okay, I can definitely work with this. With just that one Chaos Warriors unit? Sure, we'll take that. And then I should try to get you guys in there as well. Okay, here come the others now. To be expected. Okay, I don't want you firing at them anymore. You're going to do friendly fire. However, you can debuff. Probably a waste of Winds of Magic there. Okay, the rest of you all need to start running now. Time to start running. Okay, we've got one of the Chaos Warriors broken. That's good. Put you in defense mode. Get our bowyers back here in defense mode as well while I'm thinking about it. You can start shooting those Marauder Horsemen. Okay, let's go ahead and try to get those Kislevites Warriors on those Marauder Horsemen. That's probably not going to work very well, though. Mother Ostankya. Okay, we need to pull these spiders back. They are getting shredded back here. Alright, Mother Ostankya, you better pull back now as well. You know what? The Incarnate, let's get the Incarnate on the enemy Lord, and I'm sure the Chaos Warriors are going to try to take him down as well. We definitely need to start taking out these Chaos Warriors over here. Okay, spiders. All spiders now loop around and try to hit these Marauder Horsemen from behind. Let's go ahead and also blast them with a spell. Mother Ostankya, you can get up here now as well. Actually, no, you know what? Use your ranged attack. That's fine. Okay, these spiders got terrified for some reason. Not sure what that was about. Go ahead and start shooting maybe over here. We need to start paying attention to this flank over here as well. Alright, this is going to be a... Oh, this is not good. We need to take out the enemy Lord there. Let's go ahead and get Ostankya using... Where is he? Good, that's what we want. We want him on the enemy Lord. He can go ahead and debuff. There we go. Broken. That's good. That's what we needed. Okay, spiders now on those Marauder Horsemen. I do want... Where are our ambushers? Never mind, you're needed over here. These spider hatchlings... I think we're okay over here on the right flank. I think we better focus over here on this fight in the middle. He's going to come back. The enemy Lord is going to come back, but I think it's okay. I think we can handle it. Let's go ahead and let's buff whoever we have fighting in here. These spiders, maybe. Mother Ostankya, I don't really want to get you in the melee right now. You've taken plenty of damage already. Okay, broken. That's good. Over here. Broken, broken, broken. Hit those Marauder Horsemen. These spiders are getting shot by those Marauder Horsemen. It's not what we need. The enemy Lord coming back. Ogres, you did okay over here. Let's get you into the backs of these Marauders. And let's start hitting these Marauder Horsemen back here. Okay, we really need... I want one of these spiders to chase those Marauders. I need everybody else here on these Marauder Horsemen. I need the Incarnate. I need you on the enemy Lord. Let's get Mother Ostankya shooting at them. And let's go ahead and debuff right here. I don't think I can risk using the... There we go. Okay, very good. Alright, I don't see any reason to keep fighting. Didn't really get a chance to zoom in, though, and see the fighting up close. I like to do that, but I don't dare risk it in fights that are occupying 100% of my attention. Close victory, better than the Pyrrhic victory that it predicted. A little bit of Spirit Essence, a little bit of Treasury, decent experience. Definitely need to give Mother Ostankya a little bit of R&R. Let's go ahead and occupy. This finishes our first province. We should get a mission objective completed here. There we go. Mission successful. The Shield of Tolos. Actually, that'll probably be good for her. She's kind of a missile weapon target. Chaos Breaker, that's definitely very good. We're going to be fighting lots of chaos. Dragonfire Handgun. Okay, this seems to me like it should... Okay, this is AP missile damage right there. I was going to say, it seems like it should only be for ranged attacks, but it doesn't actually say that here. Enable... Okay. Anyway, we'll give it to her unless she already has a weapon. I can't... Oh, yes, she does. Issue a commandment. We will do that in just a moment. Okay. Before we do, however, I do want to check the chat. Okay, so... for Lightning Strike, I like that ability. I'm glad at least somebody sides with me on that. Okay, much better idea to link it to army speed. It's honestly, though, I understand the argument, but I'm going to say I don't think it's quite as clear-cut as some people might think, because when you think of most of your armies, what is sort of not represented in the game, but we have to assume is there, it's sort of an abstraction, which is all the support that happens with armies. Armies don't travel with just soldiers. They travel with supplies. That means supply wagons, you know, engineers usually travel along with them. You know, there could be any types, like multiple types of support units that travel with armies. Those things tend to slow down armies, even if the soldiers themselves should be relatively fast. Now, there are obviously some exceptions to this, but as a general rule, I kind of think of most of the time armies, unless they're 100% living off the land, they're traveling with, at the very least, supply wagons. So there is, you know, there's more to calculating an army speed than just what the army composition that we see represented in game consists of. Then going beyond that, if you look at, like, there are some leaders, like historical generals, who were exceptionally good at doing things like lightning strikes. And that's a skill in and of itself that not every general possesses. So I understand the concept of tying it to a general and their ability to handle logistics in a, you know, really efficient, effective way, as opposed to removing the general from the equation and making it based on troop composition. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Obviously, you know, not everybody's going to agree with that. I just thought I would share what my own thoughts are. Okay, anyway, let's see if there's anything else in the chat here that I need to address. Don't use Doom stacks. Like the concept, just not the implementation. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can understand that. Latest hotfix on Great Book of Grudges channel. They said they fixed something. It wasn't touched at all. It's the same as it was. Is this still the lightning strike that you're talking about? Anyway, so stupid leadership. Who knows? Funny. Yeah, okay. All right. Anyway, it's a problem of commanding positions versus the people who actually need to do something in general. You need to have leadership which actually dealt with the things they tell people to do. Have a good grasp of the situation. Okay, fair enough. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into this. We don't have anything special in this settlement. What do I have? I have 2 farms and and 1 roadside tavern. So maybe we'll do another roadhouse here. Why not? We're just splitting up basically between growth and income. We do get to use a commandment now. Casualty replenishment rate might be very good. Recruitment cost and local recruitment capacity. All of this is very good, and usually at the beginning of games, I tend to default right away to whichever commandment allows me additional recruitment because it's usually so important in the early going of a campaign. However, having said that, our income at this point, our treasury, is probably going to be a limiting factor in how much we can recruit. Like we can recruit 3 spiders, and we're going to. And at that point, we've already burned through pretty much all of our money. Whatever little we have left, we might want to spend on settlement. So in other words, we're not really going to get much benefit out of this relief columns commandment right there. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go devotion, purge the steps. Devotion, this is also a boost to campaign movement range and melee attack. All of that's quite good. We have... I didn't see a message that the enemy has been destroyed, did I? Oh, faction destroyed, sure enough. Okay, so we have no enemies right now. That's a bad thing. In this game, that's a bad thing because that means rando AI faction is going to declare war on us because the game does not like you to not have any enemies as the player. Not my favorite mechanic in the world, but I understand why they do it. Let's go ahead and give 2 more ranks of Iron Disciplinarian to her. And let's go ahead and maybe take Wild Heart here. Power recharge. But yeah. Lasts for 30 seconds whenever we cast a spell. I haven't really been casting spells with my hag at all. I need to do that. Start learning to do that. Yeah, we'll take Wild Heart. Okay, so the Sword of Anti-Heroes we're going to give to her, the hag that is, because we're going to switch Mother Ostankya over to the Dragonfire handgun. And then we're going to give Mother Ostankya the Shield of Tolos as well, because that's missile resistance. And I definitely don't want her to... I don't see... I'm assuming she's considered large, but maybe not. Maybe... There's no way to tell on this screen, is there? Whether or not a unit is considered man-sized or large. Yeah, she doesn't get any mounts.
More than just mere baubles.
Yep, she's large. Okay. You can see it from the unit card, just not from the character screen for some reason. Never understood that. Okay. We did get a second mission objective here. Issue a commandment. Yep, we'll get that one over the end turn. power consumed. Consume 100. We're currently at 47, and we've... Whoops. Wrong screen there, Michael.
Is not the only way.
Let's go ahead and... you know what? We haven't used any yet. We'll hold off on making any more of those, and maybe we'll get some additional trinkets here in the near future. Let me know, Herald, if your start positions mod changes anything with respect to trinkets. I don't know. Are trinkets like specifically tied to different locations in the game? Is that how you unlock them? Or particular enemies? Or is it purely random? Again, I don't really play Mother Ostankya enough to have learned the intricacies of stuff like that. In the meantime, if we don't declare... You know what? Let's see who the Ice Court is at war with. We're not going to declare war on the Druzina Enclave. Druzina. I think it's Druzina. But we could declare war on the Kveleg Raiders, who we've not discovered them. We want to... I don't know if this would be considered cheese or not, but I think from a realism standpoint, it makes more sense for us to be at war with somebody who... our ally, or at least our friend in the Ice Court, is at war with.
Lord of all.
And since our ally doesn't have any enemies, I think it makes sense for us to declare war on, or at least to offer to declare war. So if we join war against Kvelik Raiders, they would give us 546. This doesn't sound too cheesy to me, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. If it was an excessive amount, I probably wouldn't, or I'd ask for less or something like that. Okay, in the meantime, we are getting pretty good replenishment here. I think all of our settlement building is... Yep, we just have to wait over here in Plesk for that to finish, and we're still 3 turns away from being able to level up any of our Tier 1 settlements here. It's going to cost 2,000. Yeah, we should be able to afford that when the time comes. I don't think we can do any heroes. I do need to obviously research the technology to unlock the Ice Court, but I don't feel like that should be a priority for Mother Ostankya. Again, guys, let me know if I'm wrong about that. If Mother Ostankya seems like she would welcome some witches. I shouldn't call them witches. Whatever they're called. Maidens. I forget what they're called. Okay, anyway. Let's see here. Checking the chat out. It's about Kolek's start position. You can't vassalize. Oh, okay. Fixed my start position compilation, by the way, indirectly, as I can't change start position. That makes it... Yeah. You got to be very careful about changing that start_POS file. That is definitely going to cause problems with other mods, particularly the ones that you mentioned there. You unlock them by defeating different races. That's partially why Khorne is up there. Oh, great. Okay, that's pretty good information. Okay. I like that. See, guys, I told you that Herald thinks of everything. All right, let's go ahead and do another intern here. Let me check the time, actually. What are we at? We're at an hour and a half so far. I had planned to go a couple of hours, kind of see how things are going. Ooh! I just glanced at the 21 watching now. Nope, back down to 19. I saw 21. Anyway, I tied my record for concurrent viewers. I'll take it. All right. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do the intern, but also let's figure out maybe a little bit of a long-term strategy. Now that we've gone beyond, or now that we've united the starting province, the Skaven are going to be an issue. The Gormadni tribe is going to be an issue. Hello, Khorne. Speaking of Khorne, Khorne's going to be an issue. Who is this? Bloodkeepers. Krulust, 8th Lord of Gore. Not super strong. Let's see if we can see where the Skaven are. The Skaven... This is probably Clan Ferric that is right adjacent to us. I doubt if Clan Moulder has gotten this far yet. But obviously, we have to worry about them as well. And then the Gormadni tribe is actually reasonably strong as well. Pretty even with us. Okay. I think what I may end up doing as well is moving our army. How do we want to do this? If I move the army over this way, I'll be in position to attack Gormadni tribe, but I will be leaving this settlement undefended, and this is probably the biggest threat right now. I don't see an army right here, although that's because I can't see the settlement. And meanwhile, we basically, no matter where we go, we're going to have a threat on our border that could conceivably hit us in a single turn before we can react to it. So basically what that tells me is we need to treat, for now, these minor settlements to be fairly expendable. What I want to try to do is make Plesk and Volksgrad the focus of our defenses, and basically sorry about that. We want that and Novchozy to basically be like an early warning trigger. So a little bit more expendable. Don't want to lose them, but willing to lose them if necessary. And we'll move down here to Volksgrad probably next turn then. All right, let's go ahead and end our turn. 22, new record. And it's already dropped back down to 20, but too late, I saw it. I've got a new personal best. What did Legend used to get up to in his live streams? I want to say... Did he ever get 5,000? I can remember him hitting multiple thousands of concurrent viewers. I have a little ways to go before I get there. Okay, nobody declared war on us. Got our mission successful there. That's good. Some ogres got destroyed. Was that these ogres? No, not those ogres down there. Our Opsman clan is building an outpost. We got an opal amulet, melee defense, and of course the ability. It's pretty good. We'll give that to Mother Ostankya and capture a second province. Will do. Okay, we now have a full 20 stack.
Yes, dear.
Needs quite a bit of convalescing before I will voluntarily take it into a really tough battle, but we can convalesce down here in Volksgrad. I'm going to also want to stay inside a settlement for now if possible, because we are getting at least a little bit of military presence benefit to our devotion, which, as you can see, we desperately need. We're only at +5, even though we have that commandment giving us +6. That's bad. That's very bad. What are we going to do to improve this? We're only at -4 because of provincial instability. Level of devotion is giving us 2. This is... You know what? I should maybe have built a devotion building. Do the... what are they called? The Oblast... the Orthodoxy Shrine, sorry. Orthodoxy Shrines, they give a little bit of devotion, but not much. And we get some from the Roadhouse Taverns as well. Well, I'm glad I built 2 of those. There's just... I don't know. I've always been underwhelmed by Tier 1 buildings for Kislev. And it really sucks that we don't have like a proper big city. Because your really good buildings, at least in the early game... Excuse me. Your really good buildings are in the major settlements. So if we could maybe, I'm not going to declare war on Prague. It might functionally be good for us, but I think from an immersion standpoint, that doesn't seem like the kind of thing Mother Ostankya would do. Correct me if I'm wrong. So anyway, maybe at some point we can confederate and get Prague. Okay. In the meantime, I don't think this is going to be a very eventful turn.
We are disrespected.
Before I hit intern, though, I will glance at chat. And so if any of you have advice for me, suggestions for what you think I should be focusing on here in the next few turns, please feel free to share that. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to leave everything else the same here. We're just going to wait one more turn and then upgrade Volksgrad. At least we can get up to tier 5 here. But we don't have, unfortunately, yeah, we don't have the really good income building. Although this resource would be pretty good. It's going to take a while to get there, though. All right, let me check diplomacy real quick, and then I will check chat.
Guardian of the land. Never.
Okay, nothing doing unless we wanted to do that trade agreement. Okay, he did like 8K. Wow. Okay, I'm not sure I would have seen that, but I remember him getting, like I said, I thought I remembered 5K. Go towards Bloodkeepers, Gormadni tribe. Well, they are side by side up there. Clan Ferric gets killed by Astrogoth. So I go to war with Astrogoth. Okay. I advise to keep the trinkets as demons are weak against fire damage. Khorne is powerful. It's good. Sounds like good advice. Thankfully, I won those battles anyway. Yeah, that's Bearbrain. That's really the thing. I have certainly noticed that Warhammer 3 content is less popular now than it was, say, a year ago. I'm kind of hoping that that the End Times, Lords of the End Times, will help with that. But, you know, the game's getting pretty mature at this point. I keep trying to break into some other games as well. And I'm certainly going to try Warhammer 40k whenever that comes about. But that's well down the road. But there are other games that I do enjoy, but whenever I've tried them on the channel, they just haven't done very well. Okay, anyway. Let's see here. You start somewhere. That is definitely true. That's why I'm doing this. And again, I haven't said this in a while. Thanks, everybody, so much for your support. Thanks for being here. I definitely do appreciate it. It gets pretty lonely doing a live stream with nobody joining you. You'd hire another lord to heal the damaged units and fill up Ostankya with fresh units. You must think I have a lot more money than I do. I guess we have a little bit of a cushion. I'll take a look at that. Go hunting demons, taverns. Yeah, I found that out on my own. Let's see here. Kislev rework mod, if you'd like to try out with more vanilla mod list. So, yeah, obviously Kislev rework probably wouldn't work with SFO, but it might work with everything else that I'm using in this playthrough. Deals with buildings, so with the economy as well. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely try that out sometime. I like Kislev. I've just never, you know, I've never played them enough to feel really, truly comfortable with them. All right, so it has been suggested that I recruit another lord. Maybe a sort of a melee lord, since we've already got the 2 spellcasting characters. Or what I could do is a Druzina here. Druzina. It's probably more like a Druzina. Probably more of a J sound. And I don't want to do a hag because I've already got plenty. Although, I guess from a lore standpoint, hags probably make more sense for her. But I'm going to go with a bowyer as long as I like one of these two. We've got Wayfarer. Protector of the Motherland. Experience gained for units when fighting against the forces of chaos. That could be pretty useful. Yeah, this guy looks like a demon fighter. Alright, Grigor, let's recruit you. And I want to reward Mert for having joined this this live stream when he wasn't sure that he would. So we're going to change this to Mert. Come back to that in a second. Mert the Protector for now. If you have a preference, if you're still on and you have a preference, please let me know. If anybody else wants me to name the hag after them. Does anybody want to be a hag?
Who calls?
Anyway, I'd be happy to do that as well. Let's go ahead then and make this change. So we want the units that most desperately need replenishment to be in his army, because he's going to go into the city, and we're going to pull her out. Okay, so for now,
Heed my hexes.
if I move her out,
I ever not.
move him in.
Hoya.
Okay. Is this army strong enough? This army of Mother Ostankya. Is this going to be strong enough to go demon hunting on its own?
Old friend and ally.
I don't know, maybe.
Kislev's
Probably not.
defender.
9 plus 10. No, there's no way we can take Frozen Landing, that's for sure. We might be able to take
Worse things.
the Goramadni tribe over here.
You will?
They're pretty strong as well. Basically the same strength between these two. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, what we're going to do, we can afford to recruit a little bit more.
Blesses us with
We're going to recruit some more spiders.
a blanket.
All about the spiders in this campaign. I have no idea whether this is going to be effective or not, but we do buff them. Wait a minute.
Never yield.
Wait a minute. I upgraded. Why am I not recruiting giant spiders?
Bring in the
Yeah,
harvest.
Michael. Oh, because they're super expensive, that's why. Yowza. Holy cow. Okay, well, we're going to recruit one of them. And yeah, I'm gonna try to start recruiting these giant spiders moving forward. I think we've got plenty of the little spiders right now.
Life waits for the
Okay, we'll check our diplomacy.
Drużyna ready. Kislev's chosen.
You know what I could do is I could recruit in his army. Let me cancel this. I don't think she gets any recruitment bonuses right now, so let's recruit
defender.
into his army.
Call
And let's
me
put her in
witch.
channeling stance, because we definitely need to boost our winds of magic. I'm going to take a save here, because I don't want the game to crash and lose everything. So that's fine. Resume game. Okay. All right, let me check the chat before we do the end turn.
Invaders died in frozen wastes. such
Giant
as
spiders
these.
with fire damage are
Before
MVP
they
against Khorne.
fought
Okay.
Kislev's
All right,
wounds.
let's see here. Age of Wonders. Yeah, I tried making videos of Age of Wonders way back when I first started this channel. They didn't do great, but I'm really kind of back into that game. So maybe I'll try that. Maybe in a live stream, maybe in regular videos. But that is a super fun game for anybody who hasn't tried it. Obviously, you know, a little bit different than Warhammer 3, but I really enjoy both of them. Okay, PWD, it's too late, I'm sure, to say goodbye to you, but thanks for stopping by. And never made a Kislev character. Well, you're a Kislev character now. You just don't have any control over them. SFO made them expensive. They're a great unit. Yeah, they are a good unit. I do remember that much from the last time I played Mother Ostankya, but yeah, they are super expensive. Hello, Chop Chop. Welcome. And is Chop Chop someone else from Croatia, I wonder? All right, and then... okay. All right, let's get back into this. Let's go ahead and do our end turn, see if anybody declares war on us. If not, we'll have to decide which one of those two we go after. So as we come up here towards the end of the second hour, I'm enjoying this campaign. I'm going to keep playing it, whether on my own or maybe as another live stream here, hopefully in the near future. I would, this goes without saying all the time, but I would like any input that any of you guys can share. So if you would like to see more of this, maybe that'll make it more likely that I'll live stream. If not, if you want to, if you think there's other options out there, feel free to make those suggestions. And if you have any suggestions for ways to improve the live streaming, I am not above listening to advice on all of that. Okay, so we have the church and the state. I'm not going to read all this out. We just basically have to decide which one we lean towards. I'm going to go the diplomatic route because obviously it seems like Mother Ostankya, at least to the best of my knowledge, is not nearly as committed to one or the other as the other two as the original two legendary lords for Kislev are. So let's do that. And we did not have war declared on us. I am going to obviously put this. I'm going to put both of these units in Mother Ostankya's army. I'm going to leave the others behind in Volksgrad to continue convalescing for a little bit. And then I'm going to move her forward here. Oops, Michael, you have to actually do the move first. There we go. I was actually in Age of Wonders 4 mode right there, where I was selecting units before doing the move. That's not how you do it in this game. Okay, so Mother Ostankya is up to 16. We're going to move her. I'll tell you what, before I move, let me just see if anybody made a comment. Oh, that's Polish. Okay, apologies. I should have, well, maybe I should have recognized the accents there. I like the battle in Age of Wonders, but hated the overworld mechanics. Really? Oh, I really like the mechanics. I thought about doing a video sometime that would be lessons that Warhammer Total War could learn from Age of Wonders. Again, I'm not going to say that I think Age of Wonders is a better game than Warhammer Total War, but there are some lessons that I think could be drawn from Age of Wonders. I really like the way they use Imperium to kind of prevent the steamrolling effect that happens in this game. Would not work in Warhammer, but it is maybe it could generate some discussion of ways that we could kind of limit the steamrolling that happens in Warhammer, because I think it's too easy to steamroll in this game, and I think Age of Wonders handles that really well. The area that Herald created is way more interesting than vanilla. Thanks, Herald. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Do you know the item cheese with mechanic? I don't know what that means, but if it's cheese, I probably don't know it. Isn't convalescing like having a seat? No, convalescing is recovering. At least that's how I think of it. All right. I think what I'm going to do here, we're coming up on 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and make the decision to move up here to this border. I'm going to recruit another giant spider here. I'm going to plan on maybe attacking Temple of Heimkol next turn, but I'm probably going to take a break at that point. And like I said, if anybody has any suggestions, like from here, we're still in position that we could go up this way if we wanted to. And of course, as always, we're going to have to react to circumstances. So if somebody does declare war on us, we'll have to react to that. But I think for now, that's the plan. We're going to come up here. We can see their army. This tells me I'm going to want to fight them out in the open here, a field battle, as opposed to a settlement battle. Because I don't think we can take on... Well, they're still in the process of mustering. I don't think we can take on 23 units. We've got too much here that's not great. I like these spider hatchlings, but they're not fantastic units. In any case, we would take an awful lot of damage. And that, like I said, they are still mustering here. So what we want to try to do is draw them out and lead them lead them into a field battle. Here's the question. If we go into ambush stance, wonder if we have any chance. We could ambush here in the trees a little bit better. We can reach it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go into the trees here.
We will ambush.
I could conceivably move that army forward and start raiding. Can't raid this turn, but we could get in position for next turn. But I think it might be better for him to just keep recovering down here with the higher replenishment. But what we could do is we could declare war on him. I'm going to do that. I'm going to declare war on him and hope that that draws his army out here for a... But he's not a demon. He's not a demon. You told me to go demon hunting. Well, I'm already over here, unfortunately. So, I tell you what. Before I declare war, I'll go ahead and ask the question if anybody feels strongly about which one of these two we should go after. I will take that into consideration. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live stream up here. The coffee that I've been drinking is starting to hit me as well, so probably a good idea from that standpoint. But I do want to finish by, once again, thanking everybody who joined us at any point along the way. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate the comments that people have been sharing. Very helpful. And as always, like I said, I'm open to suggestions if you guys have ideas for ways to improve this or basically anything else that you want to make suggestions on. I would really appreciate it. But let me just check the chat here one last time. Yeah, looking forward to Toddy as a legendary lord. Me too. Let's see here. Tend to avoid that area when I play Kislev in the Empire. Really? Wonder why is that, Mert? I'd go first against Khorne. Okay, so we have one vote for Khorne, so you don't need to worry about enemies coming from two directions. Yeah, crack a Drac for a while. Okay, that's a good point. Norska's an easier target, however. Bait him with Mert. Poor Mert. Yeah. Well, you know, it's worked in my other campaigns with Mert. Okay. All right. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks for the stream. Yep. Very much appreciated, guys. Really appreciate all of you, particularly those of you who stayed with me the whole time. Really I can't express enough how much I appreciate you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and save this here. Like I said, feel free to let me know if you'd like to see a continuation of this campaign or something different or anything else. All right. On that note, then, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. I hope everybody has a good rest of your day, and